But just think about this young boy as he's going out for his day. And disciples approach him. He's the only person there. It amazes me that out of them 12 and the 5,000. Now what the Bible says is it didn't count the men and women. So if you take into account that every man there had a wife, and every man had a wife, and every man and woman had a child, that's about 15,000 people. But you, just like Tim said, when you asked your wives to come up here, there were people back then that had more than one wife. And surely they had more than one child. So 15 to 20,000 people are sitting on this hillside, and they've got just this little amount of fish and just this little amount of bread. And so this little boy who maybe felt like that wasn't enough put what he had in Jesus' hands, and it became enough. Some of you today feel like what you've got is not enough. My job's not enough. My money's not enough. We got kids. We got teens and preteens in our life. They're seeing people at school with this and with that. And we want our kids to have the best of this and that. And there's nothing wrong with that. We want them to keep up. We don't want them to feel slighted. We want to get them what the other kids got, but we can't because our job's not like their parents' job. We feel like, our marriage don't look like the other people's marriage. We feel like that, our house don't look as good as other people's house. We feel like some people in church have a better walk with Christ than we do. I'll tell you what Greg Boone told me one time as I was a young Christian. I said, Greg, I sure wish that my walk with Christ was like yours. You know what he told me? He said, well, get up and walk. That's what it takes. For some of us today, we feel like what we've got is not enough. We feel like the small amount of whatever we have, those fish and bread as an analogy, we feel like the very small amount of what we got is not enough. And it never will be enough. In plain reality, that little boy who had that, who put that stuff in the disciples' hands, who gave it to Jesus, in reality, those small amount of fish and that small amount of bread would never feed that many people. Never. Never. Not today, not 2,000 years ago, and not 2,000 years from now. It never will work. The only difference between what we can do and what we want to do is whether we put our plans in Jesus' hands. That's it. If you want your small amount, no matter how small it is, I can't serve, I can't sing, I can't do this, but I can do this, then Jesus can take it and multiply it. He's the multiplying factor in this thing. If you put what you've got, I want to start a business, or I want to do this for my family, or I want to take this step and get this job, or I want to teach my children this, or I want to step out and serve in this way, but Lord, I am limited. Lord, you're looking at the most limited young man on the planet, right? One reason I'm so grateful and I cry from being up here so much is because I don't deserve to be up here and I should not be up here. I'm just a little boy from Academy Street in Jonesville who finished high school, don't have no college degree, don't have nothing. Can't speak good English, use ain't too much. I get all out of whack. I say things I shouldn't say. I go places I shouldn't do. I shoot from the hip sometimes. I'm sarcastic. But God found in His grace that Sean's little bit is enough when I put it in His hands.